All right, welcome Woodbury to your village board meeting of August 24th, 2023. Will everyone please rise for the pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence to mark the passing of Maureen Lacey. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. As I always do, I'd like to begin by introducing your village board, starting on the far end. Bring the weather, and yet still here tonight with us, trustee Christopher Graziano. Next to him is trustee Vic Borelli. Next to him, back from a beautiful vacation in Salt Lake City. Trustee Sue Suriello. Next to her is Deputy Mayor Tara Pure. To my right is another one, Jessica McLennan. Desiree's on special assignment in upstate New York someplace, and we are ready to go. So, public hearings continue. Introductory local law 8 of 2023, ARB revisions. So we are still reviewing comments submitted by the village engineer and the building department. So with that being said, can I have a motion and second to carry over the public hearing to our September 14th meeting, 2023? Motion. Second, all in favor? Aye. Okay. And we're gonna sing the same song for introductory local law 9 of 2023, bridge preservation. The revised law is still being worked on, so the public hearing will need to be continued at this time. And I can motion second to carry over the public hearing on introductory local law 9 of 2023 to September 14th, 2023.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, public comment on agenda item double. So the agenda is in the back. Does anybody wish to speak on anything on tonight's agenda? Oh, you need hit me. This. Okay. All right, going once, going twice. There you go.
The other one, Valley, it's like, thank board again, trustees, old trustees for this, it's here on, East Century Park. We did get some information for the, we're gonna do hiring for them, we're gonna install all the equipment, and, it's gonna fall within the $100,000 threshold. Which is, the other, we're gonna do a great job of. So I just want to learn in first. Great. Yeah, great.
Great. Thank you. Do we have any idea to speak for
I think when is the piece is going to be delivered? In
So,
several
there's nothing piece square around the end of September total. We did have a site visit with Countdown, who is going to base his installation based on, also, the ground wants a certain temperature, so when we keep them in, we'll definitely have them scheduled first on his agenda to the beginning of the spring. So it will be in place definitely spring.
Any of the board have any questions for the supervisor? Comments? Okay. No. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah. Yes.
I'm fine. So with the Century Park moving forward and whatnot, I know their board was very interested in helping out with a Century Park. So if we could assist in any shape or form with the Century Park. May also Steve Reed's Crystal. So thank you everybody for considering.
I was listening. Me.
So, technical difficulties that we were working through.
Here. Where's the arrow?
It's here. What do you need?
Is it? No, I don't know. Mike, the owl or your computer?
No, Mike is yellow.
Where the hell is that?
What thing?
I can't.
That one?
What is, I can't read.
Maybe right over.
No, it's on the right thing.
It is on right. We can't hear.
Somebody texted, it sound is off. It's better, I don't know, right, it automatically got better, that was me, I just looked at it, got better, see, that's how good I am.
It could just be.
It just missed me,
That's-
it missed my computer.
So Lisa, have you spoken to Joey at all around the garden? And where it could be placed? Okay, I think that's next. Okay. Just because they have, I think, everything laid out for what they're going to put down, right, Tommy? Right, so. In order for it to be placed properly, I think that you should. All right,
Jackie,
okay,
giving them the check.
We'll keep you in the loop as things, like tonight, we're gonna approve. Then they can move forward on their end.
it can be done outside, like right outside the sensory garden, right? Rather than inside. Yeah. Yeah,
Well, it really says.
you don't give a second. Yeah, but I like sensory garden, but they're so pretty. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks very much.
All right, moving on to administrative business, can I have a motion to accept, and a second to accept receipt of the minutes of meeting held on August 10th, 2023, as presented. Motion. Second. All in favor? Aye. Deputy Clerk McLennan, will you please read out the access?
Podcast contained by your 2324046 2324059, opposed $402,371.20.
Right, please have a motion in a second to approve abstract 6 as written.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, extra, well, it's not really an extra item, can I have a motion and a second to approve fire department equipment request 24 of 2023. So we have found $4,545 and 14 cents for the purchase and replacement of uniforms. All
Second.
in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Old business. So as those who are watching it know, the village of Woodbury is partnering with the town supervisor and the parks department to enhance or begin phase 2 of the sensory. So I have a motion and second to approve the expenditure of $74,320 from the village parkland fees in order to fund phase 2 of the sensory park. This expenditure includes really everything involving the board play, water fence, rubber surface, and stone base, all in preparation for new parks equipment for all the children to enjoy.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right, liquor license notification. Notification was received from on August 9, 2023, from BB Woodbury, AKA Bear Hug, on their intention to apply for a liquor license. Correspondence was received from the police department stating that they have no objections to the application. At this time, I will send a letter to the New York State Liquor Authority stating the village has no objections to said application. Thanks. All right. Proclamation for Weeks Across America. So. In the proclamation, I'll kind of go over what Weeks Across America is all about. But I want to thank our women of distinction, Ms. Lisa Hinks, who 2 years ago, in 2021, began this whole process of bringing this to Woodbury. And I think it's been a very long vision for us to be able to honor those that have served, those that have come before us and whatnot. So Lisa, I want to thank you. It was Lisa's suggestion with this, and I certainly think it's a very good suggestion. So proclamation declaring December 16, 2023 as Freedom's across America Day. Whereas, is it World Worcester? Worcester?
Worcester.
Massachusetts.
So I can say like that, Worcester.
Yeah.
Whereas in 1992, Moral Work, owner of Worcester Reed Company, of Arlington, Maine, had a surplus of wreaths at the end of the holiday season. And whereas 2007, the Worcester family, along with veterans and other groups and individuals who had helped with their annual wreath ceremony in Arlington, formed Reach Across America to continue and expand efforts to honor each branch of the military and all servicemen and women. And in 2008, the United States Congress unanimously voted to declare Reach Across America Day to be celebrated annually. And what is the mission of Reach Across America to remember the fallen, honor those who serve and those who have served, and teach the youth of America the value of freedom and the sacrifices that were made to protect it. And whereas Reach Across America, another day, includes a Reach Across America Remembrance Ceremony. Remembrance Ceremony called annually in December, Arlington, and more than 2,200 participating cemeteries run by dedicated volunteers in all 50 states, U.S. territories, and 24 foreign nations. And whereas our veterans carry the burdens of war and conflict, they have the marks of heroism and honor. They deserve the praise and appreciation of every American and those whose lives they've touched in every part of the world. Now, therefore, Andrew Galvin, the mayor of the village of Woodbury, who hereby proclaim December 16, 2023 is National Reads Across America Day in the village of Woodbury. We extend thanks and appreciation to our veterans and Gold Star families for their service and sacrifice. Thanks to Reads Across America for bringing this honor to our community. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and forcibly affixed the seal of the village of Woodbury, New York, done in conformity to the Woodbury Village Council, this 24th day of August 2023. So I don't even think I need a motion in a second, but it is my pleasure to be able to sign this and have the clerk give us the seal. And we will hang it in our vestibule. But thank you so much for bringing that to us, and I just can't say anything.
For annual fundraising every year. You already started. You were starting in January.
I looking back, I just wanted to see when it began, and just looking back at all the photos of Lisa, Alfred, and Anthony selling outside the church and everywhere else just to fund this, so that every plot had a room. It's just absolutely like
Cemetery, they're like, what are you gonna do if you don't get enough wreaths? Like, how can you even do it if it doesn't get a wreath? And I was like, I don't know.
and it has. Thank you so much, Lisa. All right, we have two public hearings to schedule. Anyway. All right. So, when I have a motion in the second, to schedule a public hearing to be held at 7:30 p.m. on September 14, 2023, to entertain public comments on an application received from Silverberg and Atlantis Law Offices representing Avalon Building Systems, requesting relief from local law 11 of 2023, which is the continuance of the moratorium. Property located at 96 Turner Road. I'll make the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments? Only one. Voting no on that? Yes. All right, and now we have a second public hearing scheduled. Once again, moratorium legal request 1/4/32. So can I have a motion and second to schedule a public hearing to be held at 7:30 PM on September 14, 2023? To entertain public comments on an application received from Silverberg Atlantis Law Offices representing Avalon Building Systems, pressing relief from local law 11 of 2023. Property located at 140 Route 32.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, again, no. Okay. All right, moving along, approved purchase of audio visual equipment, village hall meeting room. So. So this is our attempt by the village board to move into not the 21st century, but at least go with the 20th century. It would eliminate the use of easel, that's 91. This would eliminate the use of easels at meetings, and with the amount of development that is coming in, whether you've heard about phase 5 of Woodbury Commons or the transit-oriented development or hotels, all these applications are now being submitted digitally. We've been moving on from this because of the work that should be beginning here in Village Hall, but I don't think we're gonna have that opportunity to do. So at this time, can I have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of audio visual equipment for the Village Hall meeting room in the amount of $7,300.69?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, authorize me, the mayor, to sign documents, environmental consultant for planning board. So I'm gonna start with our attorney. And maybe you can explain where.
Yes. Right now, the planning board has a number of projects before it, that require more in-depth review environmentally in your secret. They have received the draft SEIS, draft supplemental environmental impact statement, phase 5 of Woodbury County. So the planning board is looking to hire an environmental consultant. They were given a few months, and this is the one that was decided on, so actually. Their name is.
I assume this is being paid for by the Woodbury County?
Yes.
But by us, David. It's both.
Kelly, what's the consultant they chose?
It is environmental consultant. And I provide. Things like that. And for right now, it would be, willing to do the Woodbury County community center, something else comes up, it's planning to leave them on some accounts. They understand they sign them. Again, out of the hour.
And we talking with the chairman of the planning board, we have used a planner about 2 years. Okay, so this would be something to supplement that because of the scope of the Woodbury.
Yeah, and that would be how the case.
Okay. So can I have a motion in second to approve Capital Environmental Consultants Incorporated, given to be the official environmental consultant, which would want to claim. Okay, the motion. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor? All right. You're not gonna limit that, Kelly? You're not limiting that to just the Woodbury Commons, right?
Right now, I told them that this is what they're basically needed for, the board appointed them, but that more signs. Would go their way based on whatever comes before the board, if the planning board decides that it needs additional help on a certain project. They would be.
All right. Authorized, advertised for bids. So can I have a motion? This is for cleaning, televising of sanitary sewer manhole inspections. So can I have a motion and a second to authorize the village clerk to advertise for bids for the cleaning, televising of sanitary sewer manhole inspections as per the EPA order? Bids will be accepted until September 20th, 2023. There you go. Second. All in favor? Look at Vic. Vic has been on the ball today. Let's just say that. Okay. He has put some emotions in today. He's definitely gonna get trustee of the month. All right, that completes. Okay. That. Regular village business, which now we get to move on to public comments. Now you can talk about anything. Anything. Now start from back up. There you go.
Things I'll learn again. Everybody stuff too. First it was, he was game to, so I couldn't make it immediately. But one. The board, he was great. They were. We were some students for the hotel there. So now we're already enjoying my training under an hour was the time. Which is right where we saw, and so congratulations, we enjoy out of my point. On a lesser note, or not a lesser note, but other. I understand in Farmer Lake, which. Board of Justice.
Yes.
So, it's been a couple of years, but we were able to get a good hold of that, and it was. Billy the Grant did a great job with it, so. You know, I always come here, it seems to me I'm always, and which is regularly so, hanging over the wall. So we have an opportunity, just put a little more opportunity, and this is to you go board chase. We have a great plan, so, you know, that.
I'm gonna meet, they've set
Thank
up a organization, Friends of Cromwell Lake, so if I sit down with them, you know, I'm gonna try to do something for next week. I'll let you know, maybe you come along with me, because you've got experience with this, and then I'll figure out. Who else? Rob, you have any experience with chestnuts? Other than roasting them on open fire?
No, I don't have any experience with that.
Okay.
All right, so we'll definitely back that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, thank you, thank you, sir.
It's August.
Maria, you have to go up and say something. Jimmy's gonna be disappointed if you don't.
Well, I'm gonna break the shoe. Didn't say hello.
It's the weather. And he
That's something, it's been with beautifications, working on different projects. I actually got the senior center yesterday, my first official senior, very young age meeting. And I spoke to everyone there about the battles that they're working on, they're all very happy about that, since it's about time for doing that, so. They won't work with us, so from next meeting, I'll try to attend again. What else we do? We're working with the village, we're actually sort of, spending the project the other night. Do not touch the plant at the club.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like that. He said, do not touch it, you'll ruin it. That's how it's, the patina on it. So he said, oh, okay, so I asked him, we used to clean it. He said, don't touch it. Such a time. So, I take it from the experts, so, you know, they tell me don't touch it.
At least you asked.
Yeah, and I know, village is working on, with. Oil here. Coming in, you know.
Thanks.
With the, training. So once we get that moving along, we're working with that, and, trying to do some research on our end, beautification. What we have time to do 5-6 years ago, when it was started on, so. I have some ideas, the mayor has some ideas, we shared, because we're working on that, so. Yeah, that's it. Anything else?
Chamber, you wanna talk about the chamber?
Yes, thank you. Myself, chamber member, Tim Finnegan and Heather Bowling from Lakewood Bay. We met and I did have a phone call conversation with Deputy Supervisor Lynn Gold, Cornwall. And he has produced the one for Cornwall that's big and what's the matter and everything, so I have my marching orders, what we should do with that from him, and working on that grant that we received in Orange County Tourism, because we have to work the town. It's not just a chamber business, it's everything inclusive. Town and village and working. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Wanna, you know, Why don't you talk about it?
You have some.
Beth, get up there. I wish we could do it from the seats.
Thank you very much for our patience. It's been very nice to. Living. 40 degrees away from covering every week this year.
That's great.
So, yes, I'm here.
It's nice. You're still August.
Right now, you have. $17.
Stand by.
Comparison.
Yeah, but I don't do math.
Buy two, get one free, so it's, yeah, I'll change my. The rating.
2380.
Very good. Veterans Day is November 11th, you know what I mean, we really just need to get out our American Legion is a small group, but they're a great group. And so if you do anything, come out November 11th, yeah, November 11th, that they shine when people come to their ceremony, so. That's the biggest thing, fine, they're all moving down to them, but yeah. Smart. You see now, we're very, brown kids, they're not black eyes, because they're native New York, so they're brown eyes, they're just slappy on there. So thank you for the use of that large space. They're good. We are climate smart, I think I've advertised it everywhere, we need to fill the room, got Jane Beaumont, the vice chair of the, watershed intermission full council. Wednesday, September 20th, he's going to bring his display about how the ground works. So anybody that's got questions, where they're coming from, the better, little display. Yeah. Display, and we'll, so that'll be at the Woodbury Senior Center, starting at 6 o'clock. Very nice how it goes. Comes from. With that. Community Thursday, going to start it, right here. 21st of. Some ideas of where we need to clean up, starting to over bags. And then we're just gonna be the people out front doing. Team. See that, cute. We're also got our Woodbury repair camp. So this is really cool. It started with just a couple of pictures, but now, so my list has got jewelry, Bible, clothing, wood, leather. To anyone who wants repairs. So if you've got something that's broken, don't throw it out, bring it here. And the pictures will be lined up and we're here the September 23rd from 10 to 2. In conjunction with that, I've reached out to a gentleman that has it's called it's a recycled
Biodiesel?
No,
sporting equipment
Oh, yeah, I know there.
based out of Florida.
Yes.
Which
Isn't it butt plate again?
or
something? Yeah.
But gives away bicycles to children, to families that can't afford that. So I think. Sometimes I took around was just ready to go in the trash. So I said if we could start collecting them here, all and every week. Okay.
I think I did too, yeah.
So yeah, and it's been sitting in my garage and I'm like, all right, first 2 minutes, what am I doing? And like tires, because it's been sitting with them. Stools.
If people want to call me, I'll come and meet them, Mayor said we could use those storage bin, I'll put them in there. Yeah, on the 23rd, the guy that keeps Rob Williams, don't put me on that, obviously. I'm gonna pick them all up and, you know, get it done in life. Also really fun is we prepared our first tractor bench. We kept 500 pounds of plastic, actually more, 500 pounds of plastic out of landfills, so that's cool. So I have to get to video. So if anybody's got suggestions, we can start doing that. We're starting to do that stuff.
Jeff, do you have it? Supervisor, do you have any idea anywhere in the parks you wanna? Look to put one of those tracks benches, they outside of all the post offices right now, I'm trying to cover a space for it, and if you need anything in the parks.
Yeah, we'll look around the direction, there's an area from we can walk.
Mine still have their game, so,
Or the sensory park, as
yeah.
definitely suggested, yeah.
So that's a great idea. I also reached out to the Smith Cove Village. We're gonna do another tree planting with them. We're gonna do a fall tree planting in October. We're gonna do it during the day, so the kids can be involved, maybe shovel some dirt onto it, water it, you know. Just have some pride. I'm gonna put it at where the sign. The sign is, there used to be a beautiful tree there, so we treat that. And then working with the Woodbury Animal Shelter, Library, Woodbury Pantry, and now we're also out of the Society. We are doing a fun reserve. It's a trivia walk with a soon. We're gonna have drawings, foods, crafts, and we're asking that people. It's $25 per person, $35 a team. Please bring. So we're gonna have the shelters. September 3 in mind to church. So we're working with Sarah to get the flyer. Gonna get it published and talk about it, so.
You're also going to be looking for members, correct?
What was looking for members, so we will be taking some letters of interest to them.
Keep me posted, whatever we can do in terms of putting it on the website, and stuff on social media and whatnot. So everything will go to you guys decide who fits
Yep.
your group and your group.
Yeah.
It's been,
You're doing so much. Many hands, make that.
Sit in their own native pollinators, so I'm gonna give them 2 flights.
okay.
So that's 2 involved, so that's good. So I'm gonna give them a flight. Thank you, Kate.
Gosh. I would like to say keep up the good work, but. Weird.
Thanks. Chamber. Halloween is on Tuesday night, October 31st. Halloween night is a trunk or treat. That's when we hold it. Halloween night in the school, yeah, there's submitted the application. We would be looking to see if we're going to have a nice.
Jim Marie is emphasizing this because you don't have many people go, when is
What
this?
day? Yeah.
When is it?
It's
Tonight, October 30th. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it in Central Valley or
It
the?
drives me, crazy, doesn't matter. It's not as Halloween night.
Where is the Central Valley Middle School? The Central Valley.
Where was last year?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, what's-
Yeah, no, so last year we was on 32.
Oh, 2 years ago, yeah.
Okay, so that's nice.
It's okay.
One thing that you mentioned before. Cleanup day. Gonna end that was. Kind of a
October 21st.
Everyone's gonna be coming to clean up, I don't know what time it's going to start, at 8 o'clock in the morning, to the road, with a full of lunch. So, in the morning, you're doing lunch, and the other one. I'm seeing it pop, because, I'm not sure the times yet. I'm sure we can get more information next week from. Next time, so we can work, so, even though it's not freezing cold weather, it's going all over friendship. All right, same day as cleaning, you can do volunteer, you can go see it, it's gonna go. Maybe the first.
I've done one whole
Yeah, okay. Yes,
I think.
Jimmy, you have anything tonight?
Yes, me, I know. So I don't have, well, and projects and things that I just call them, man. But first off, is I get involved in things and I just sit here and point out the differences. And I'm like, you know what, this and that and this, that. But I try to refrain from that when I'm here. I try to be positive and productive. And the last little board meeting, I asked, what can we do to unite us as it just got us wow, because when happened was, and Bella was right, she's knowledgeable, she does her job, and we should do. But switch the minutes, and it's like, we do a picnic and they can come. It's probably they can come. I came in here, what can we do to get all together? So, and it's stuff like that. I don't like seeing. I don't like seeing us there. And again, don't try to find something that's going to unite us. Like, I just posted Anytime Electric. Did a great job. And we'll just they should one part on the positive when they can't because there's so much negativity there. But also is the thing is obviously we're very OCNY transparency goes. We'll find out about this I found he sent me that in there are 212 members there. Kind of. So the last library meeting you had 20 views. The last town meeting, there was 74 views. We had the village board meeting, 88 views. The mayor's letter about the properties being sold to Woodbury, 36 views, and Councilman Etzel's response to that was 97 views. That's disgusting. Okay. I mean, this is Woodbury is always here. Okay. I have many people. People are very much Chicago government city that see with the mid still in the videos. You don't even talk about big crowd and walking. Same in the town. It's wonderful. You know what the population and everything else, the awards, and that. I miss this. But the problem is people are missing certain things. Again, I spoke last town meeting. I spoke about those properties owns for sale. And again, it scares the shit out of some energy. But you know what? Through that meeting and this meeting, you got maybe 200 people that can hear about it and know about it. What can that be? Again, I would love for everyone to be at an important day grade and just to raise it and everybody get involved with the country. Get involved with the justice. Even if you don't get into fun. Find out some fun. Water there. And that's him. Again, we have to. I mean, much divorce the thing. That's gonna be so scary because you're gonna have people well-informed people voting as the God. Whatever. And I mean, not beneficial whether it's in the village, the town, it's area. That's the twins. We may not see eye to eye. And but we kind of think like, hey, who's for this area? And at the end of the day, this is what it's about. Oh, $100,000 it goes to me more money. Okay. You know, I don't know, well, give me a time to son. I always be young when it's alone. So you know what we said time here. The things people are showing and considering voice should be about this community. But then if you think about it, if we're all for this community, don't you kind of think what safe is? Whether it's the water, whether it's the land, whether it's tree house conservers, that it's pretty simple. If I don't care whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Democrats, what how can president and then it gets, you know, because you bypass the steal whatever else. At the end of the day, if you're not for Woodbury, you don't want to see you. I don't want to know why. The info was gonna go here and have this meeting. All I'm saying is, you know what? No, I'd ask you, campaign starts.
Campaign is already starting.
But I'm gonna do my best. Speak about before the people that are through our would be church. The ones that have to take shots. Because everyone doesn't follow all these, you know, laws and everything else. So people are not aware of what is being done behind your backs. We're not being done before them. And that's just not. I mean, you know, again. I'm trying to always do it when, you know, you say, well, I'm really cute, because I always have to. I want focus. But it's area means keeping, you know, trying to pull people in, they don't have things out there, these groups. We don't. But it's already somebody posted something about cutting down trees. And then everyone jumps on this, that. And instead of standing for that keyboard right there, to blame or else, I love kill scenes. You guys stop standing in the back. Okay, that's why when we went through this Russian states. Okay, I'll be still not getting in here. I was before Russian states. It didn't make sense. When I stepped in and support all people, it made sense. And that's what it's about. People got involved. What can we do to get people involved in it? They're gonna complain, oh, it doesn't do me. This guy doesn't do this. But it's us that holds it within our house. And I would love to be able to get everyone back involved. I'm not sure what that is. Tune in, I mean. I said Canadian. Some of the names you know, some of the names I don't know, but it's state names. Can we get new names in? Can we get more people involved? And if things fail, if things go wrong, you know, at least. That's where the lead matters. Which one can let's try to get involved. Which is fine. You know, and it's a little frustrating that, you know, that we're not there. And for me, you know, I watch the old news, and I speak to long-term residents. And which one? You know what? Wait, something didn't work out. Does that explain that apathy in action? That's right. And I don't want to tell you. I give you guys a lot of credit. You guys get a lot of criticism. You know what? You get called all sorts of names. I hear all the things. you know, someone's out, I get it.
Sticks and stones, Jimmy, sticks and stones.
It is, the dedication. You know, I don't know the answer, so I'm just frustrated at this point.
Because, and we've done everything, we've done to make the meetings, like, dual forecasting, and, try everything, we get there. To be honest with you, most of the people, or a lot of the people that used to sit on that side of the parade. What's the here? Yeah. We were the ones that came, and you came to all these meetings with Maria and decided to come on this side of the table, so I took out a stiff fingers on it.
What happened was, you know,
That run in.
probably first.
Serving him too, and I think it's Jimmy. Kelly will tell you, Kelly's been to all kinds of municipalities, maybe the most entertaining mayor
Right.
in all of Orange County,
And
okay? You think I would get some, you know, kind of like, hey, let's go, because he's so
They're
entertaining.
better models, what are these things?
Yeah, that, I could do that. You gentlemen. I feel you.
I agree.
Well,
Is that legal?
So Maria, you've been involved for how many years?
And I can tell you,
Oh, I agree.
I can tell you,
How has the involvement been over the 40 years you've been involved? How has the involvement been in numbers? That's when you'll see people come in.
It's quite, say, oh, that's gonna be now, but over 4 years. This thing like the very first came in, and that's, then it's a new ones, and then it goes down. When something is going to change drastically, it's gonna be something. You see, yeah, wait a minute. Starting in September, you're going to see people coming out to the meetings, and it's gonna be voting outside. That's people coming to for one meeting. That's how you're gonna see September and October, and then it's gonna come down again. You also in September, you also have opportunities for the town, you'll see people come out of that. Some of them don't like a certain department, and they'll come in and complain, no, don't see it, don't be there, start fires. But it's constant, even with a child, I would want to do what's called ESU speak overs. And it was fire, like one of the department. We have a great time, it was a tremendous what we did years ago. Unfortunately, and unfortunately, it's happened, we stopped it. It was. People love that, I saw someone on Facebook say, oh, I missed those days.
Yeah.
You know, so. What we're trying to say, which. So we had touch a truck, we had fire, Woodbury Day, Community Day. It's very smaller too. Even we sell one of them out and sometimes we can car to get everyone out. Because we can have a patient, we got a holiday, some of these dates that used to have. What are we meeting? So I want to show up, says I have things to go somewhere. And so it's really difficult, and when school started, parents will not come out because they have, especially if the parents have to go buy supplies for the school. And it's tough, and this is always a thing of bedroom community. And then most people out there,
They sleep here and then they go to the city to work.
they, two days, they have. But if each day they're like, where you can, people start having little things, you have bigger parents. And then that's how it's coming from around, from Saturday or Sunday, and do it Friday night. So the way, what's called.
It is, I'm exhausted. But it's all. Let's see, how many people know who's running for mayor in Woodbury?
200.
That's the problem, okay?
I know.
Because. Like him or not,
Yeah.
he matters.
Yeah.
Same thing, Supervisor Burke, I mean, you like him or not, he matters. How can I not know who he is? I live here. These two guys affect me more than an item in the truck. Okay? I mean, and that's where my issue is. I hear so many complaints and this and that and everything else. Well, you know what? Show up, say something, call them more around, huh? But at least come here to confront him. Come here to praise him. Come here and do something.
Not coming here doesn't do us any good. You know, it's a shame.
Kelly, just for education, people love me.
No.
People love me.
And it's,
And I think what you say is very true, and I think also just take it one step further from here. Ask questions, find facts, okay? Because
So many.
so much of what I see, and I don't look at a lot of it, but when I do see it, I just hit
It's a
myself.
game of telephone. on
Right.
Facebook.
Right, come,
Right,
find
and-
facts, understand the facts, ask questions. And then you wanna say your piece after that, but so many people skip that step and just jump on a bandwagon.
You ask questions, you're an idiot. And why do I say that? And that's fair, you know what, I'm not gonna ask questions.
Right.
It's easy for me to jump on this bandwagon and just go.
I mean, I've many times seen Maria on Facebook.
Correcting people.
Correcting people, but also saying,
Here's the meeting.
ask questions.
Or here's the
Here,
phone number to
here,
call.
call this person or call that
That's-
person.
And you know how many people take her?
Find it, that, that's.
This information you're using.
Right.
It's out there. It's it's what it's all. So they came here, they asked like Susan said.
Well, they wanna make their own
Question. And this information was last you look off. Now you may not agree with. But at least you know where it comes from. That's the biggest thing. But unfortunately, it's more misinformation. Sometimes it's intentional disinformation. You know, it's all. That's another thing we're suffering from. Part of it's self-inflicted because. You know, I don't know. The two board fighting each other, the amount of use they gain, also going back, didn't help. They do a lot of bad things to a lot of people around, and what people don't realize, and they should realize is how lucky they had these two gentlemen. Because they fixed years worth of fight. And these two boards work together seamlessly. And that's what one of these two guys. That's what people should understand, not rumors are, not what people are trying to say or do a disinformation campaign out there. They got it done. They stopped the bullcrap. Plain and simple. From a leadership position. That to me deserves more than anything else, any of us up here on the stage. And like, really believe that. That's something that people need to understand. You know, there were good people on that town board. Lost an election, she never lost an election. So we gotta kind of figure out who the good people are. And keep them in office. That's the problem. And not listen to the intentional disinformation that try to put it's tough because if you live on Facebook and you're counting on your information from Facebook. You're not always gonna find the right answers. Not on Facebook. So.
Good and right.
Well, you know, that's the whole thing. And I believe everything I heard on Facebook. I haven't seen all your cars. Everyone driving.
Well, I'm not, she can hear me outside because I was trapped in,
Fire pressure taste.
what is that? That's what it is.
The talk that is there. Show up here. Let me sit here and see where you stand. What you voted for that. Thank you, Jim. But the board's work. Where there's really that, it's guys that were done it. Was really, there was no flaw. All the good things that you've done. And you're starting to see some of that. You heard something tonight that sends you.
Because maybe the mayor would say, you would start coming out and start something by 9/11 with only. That's.
We have that coming. Have you ever been to the 9/11 seminar?
You should.
You should come. The guy, the firm is found, policy found downstairs, found many found women. They do a fantastic job. So that is a perfect.
That's one of the first things I came to when I first moved here. That's funny for them, like, if had one of those, but it's still goes.
All right, let's,
Thank you.
Jimmy, move on. Jimmy, thank you so much. Let's move on to department comments. So starting with Rob Lyon.
Oh, I don't think.
I still think he was going Junior Phillips. Yeah, Junior Purple. I was gonna go with Mickey Phillips next.
I got nothing this evening, thank you.
All right, thank you again, and Mark Canelo.
Good evening. I got nothing tonight. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to board comments, starting at the top of the sheet. Mr. Graziano.
My board comments kind of got set. Jimmy, so I'll make it brief. I not much more to add, I gotta reiterate. I want to thank you, you guys really fixed a lot of handles. I did really appreciate 12, the amount of things in November, I appreciate them all. And the effort you put together and put in to work together for the benefit of the citizens of Woodbury. I just, as a citizen, regardless of where I sit on which side of the table, I appreciate that. So I want to thank all of you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Steve Preston. Dick Ferrelli.
All right, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I also agree with what a lot of Jimmy had said tonight. We're coming back and forth going on afterwards. I also want to thank the village mayor and the town supervisor and the board for getting together and doing all the good things they can do forward. It's getting noticed, and it's like I said, well, it's amazing that we're keeping going. And then I just want to take that opportunity to wish everybody a happy Labor Day and have a happy, safe holiday weekend with family and friends. And that's
Thank you, Steve Ferrelli. Cecily.
I'd like to go a different route tonight. School's starting very soon for our next meeting, and my son yesterday went, he's a junior this year, and he was a lead mentor to the orientation for the incoming freshmen. And I called him last night and I said, how'd that go? He said, it's all right. So he was a little disappointed, I guess, about some of the lack of engagement in some of the kids coming in, where he's, I guess, takes it very seriously, takes that leadership role very seriously. And just observing some of the kids being unkind to each other. So I had seen this and I thought I would share this with the big ass parents, including, I always remind my kids, even though I don't feel they really need it, but I just feel like to say, if you see another student struggling to make friends, another student being picked on, a student who is new or who's not with the in crowd, you have a student who's eating lunch alone, be a leader, be a warrior. Say hi, smile at them, and ask them to sit with you. That's something I've always told my kids to include, because you never know what that person's facing inside of school or outside of school. And that's something that's true work to me. And I just think every parent should just have that brief conversation with their child. So just friendly reminder that, you know, we need to be inclusive and we need to be kind and we need to make everybody feel welcome. So, you know, on another note, I'd also like to mention being gone for 5 days, and I went down Smith Cove Road, and well, we have a new business coming. So I'm Ingrid's Latin Cuisine. So that's wonderful that we have new business coming, and I look forward to tasting the food. And that's all I have.
Mayor Bureau.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to reiterate TJ's comments for a minute for telling on part of the reasons TJ and I ran for office initially was back, we don't live here that long, similar to you, Jimmy. I moved here in 2016, and it was the bickering between the town and the village that I could not get over. And we wanted to step in to make a difference because we didn't have any history with these people. We didn't know the backstories and the whatever it was, and to see, even though you've had your differences, you've worked through them for the benefit of the residents, and that says a lot about abilities on both sides. So thank you both. It's very nice to see, we had Joey here at the last meeting talking about things beyond the sensory park and what you want to do, and that's what government should be. It should be a partnership between all boards, not just town and village, but all. Climate smart, beautification, like it shouldn't be the beautification just town, and only take care of town. Like that's not benefiting anybody. So thank you also, Maria, and for Lisa. You guys always give 130% of yourselves to everything that you do, and you really are an example to many residents. So all of you, thank you very much. So you, Jimmy, took a lot of words out of my mouth about my comments this evening, but one of the areas you'll see on Facebook where there's the most misunderstanding is in land use. Maria, you're often correcting people on laws and the process, and so one of the things I've been toying with, and I think many of the board members of here will agree, is that we should have an information seminar similar to like an open house for land use. Have members of our planning board here, members of our zoning board here. We have some major projects coming up, so this is an opportunity for people to get involved. This is going to be shaping the future of Woodbury, that's coming our way. And as Maria had mentioned earlier, when big projects come down the pike, that's when you'll see the people come up, whether they agree or disagree. It's usually the negative where you'll see people come out, but it's not all negative. And to understand the process and what these boards have the power to control and not control, understanding the difference between what the village board does and what a CBA does, planning board does, is they don't set the laws, we do. We set the tone and then they enforce based on what they approve. But there's a lot of public comment in those meetings that people don't show up. They don't show up, and that's really, and then they're like, oh, I see this construction happening. Well, it's too late at that point. The site plan's been approved and you had your opportunity and you missed it. And that's often when you'll see the comments on Facebook. So we were thinking that sometime in the middle of September, you were doing something Wednesday, the 20th, right? We were thinking maybe Tuesday, because there's no meeting on a Tuesday of September 19th, and we'll have some members here and we'll talk about. You're gonna be away, well, so we'll talk about it. We haven't set the date in stone. And I think that would be one of the first of many opportunities to publicize it and to bring people here to talk about what it is that we're doing that's, to your point, something your everyday quality of life. Not the Trumps and the Bidens, but the village and the town and your traffic patterns and your environment, your water, and that's all. And that goes hand in hand with what Lisa and the committee are doing with the water sources. How many people complain about the moratorium and the water restrictions? Well, here's an expert who's going to talk to you about how our water goes from the ground to your sink and what you do and how it affects it. So that one should be packed. I'm trying, fingers crossed for that one, but it's an excellent idea. He's a great order, yes, and you've been talking about this for how many years, that we need that information session. So these are all really good things coming down, information sessions to get people together, get people involved. And what TJ is right, most of the people who are involved sit on the side of the table, and it was for reasons, whatever sparked their interest at the time. But thank you for coming out every meeting, because it does start with people like you, and you'll be contagious to other residents. So. That's okay. Neither do we, that's why so thank you, everyone.
You're on the island of Mr. Toy.
Thank
You're
you,
good.
I'm good to resolve.
All right, my fault. So I want to piggyback on what some of the board said about the secondary park and the development. So for many years, the village has the money generated in parkland comes from certificates of occupancy that are issued. Village over the years has been hammered for overdevelopment and whatnot. Nothing I think that any land board has actually been involved with, but those monies were generated and the village never had a say in where those monies were allocated to. And I'm not so sure that it was allocated to parks. The supervisors allowed us the opportunity to have a say in where that money goes, and they have outlined their vision. Parks. And it is very impressive. We had a sit down with Zara and another one planted, which we're collecting them. And we went through what they had in mind over the course of the next couple of years. And tell you, honestly, it's something that people here in Woodbury should be excited. Because it's not the same old thing. Not what should repair that, do this. No, we're genuinely looking, for ideas to bring people and keep people here. The parks, in my opinion, the crown rule of Woodbury. I don't think you could spend enough money on this, in my opinion. So I know that's been said that we spend too much money on parks. Said no politician ever. So I went back to provide that. After that, that entire thing. And that's why we're signed up here. that what's going on between us, so that's great news. The 9/11 ceremony we touched on, I do want to thank Rob Lyon and his crew for installing the bell outside is an antique fire bell that was donated by the Galwood family in honor of Henry Galwood, who was long time resident here in Woodbury, and is actually sitting on some lawn. Members downstairs sandblasted, painted it, and Rob had it installed prior to this 9/11 ceremony. The men and women downstairs did a great job every year. We talked about this before. Mark on your calendars, make it a point to come. I don't think there's enough people that actually come out. I gotta be honest with you. I was in a relationship now. And it usually is time for people run for us. So I'd like to see the regular Joes here in Woodbury taking it. Super, a, what do you call it, summons the other day. So it kind of got lost. I know it was on the news and all seen with my dark sunglasses and how short I am. But what was more important to me was not the money they were spending on the system, but the fact that State Senator James Stokes and Assemblyman Christie fought back on increases to the MTA payroll tax for Orange County or west of the Hudson Rocks. And at the same time, they fought back on fare increases for Orange County rights. To me, that's the stuff that the supervisor, and I know you can deal with, right? You know, we deal with the day to day. It's our state officials that we can't on to fight a good fight with Albany. You know, Governor Hochul's plan is to raise it by 7%. So I am so happy that they came out and they fought a good fight for our residents. At the same time, campaign promise campaign promise made, campaign promise met for James Stokes and Chris Lucas. I think someone, and I've said this before, people create a palm card and they'll pass it out wherever they go during elections. You should not like palm cards, by the way, in anybody's doors, because that's already been a problem. That's, you're basically announcing that no one's home. People make palm cards and they're basically a roadmap of what you're not going to do when you get elected, in my opinion. And that was not the case, I think, with Tara. I think you can go on to your palm card and you can see that you and Tara did everything that was on it. But I want to thank James Douglas and I want to thank this. They came through with the hotel tax. That's not going to affect the town's hotel tax, but it does bring in additional revenue to the village of Woodbury. And if you've ever seen one of our meetings or listened to the meetings, you know, we could use the money. I cannot sell them fire department t-shirts to cover some of our expenses. So the cost of everything has gone up. And that's that. I will say one more thing. It's a quote from a guy named Paul O'Grady. Taking any animal into your life inevitably and ends in heart. But you don't worry about the hangover when you're at the party. But bring that up because I have talked to Kristen Bear about an idea I floated a few months back that sort of died on the vine about scheduling a adoption event on Valley Avenue for Middletown, Hudson Valley SPCA or Middletown SPCA, Hudson Valley SPCA, getting a few rescues down there, walking off the street in the afternoon, and hopefully raising a few dollars for these shelters, but at the same time, hopefully finding a few forever homes for our furry friends. And I am the biggest goal. So we are looking to plan this out for late October, maybe mid-November. I just want to make it cool enough for the animals that are going to be out there, but I think it's something to bring people out. And once again, who doesn't love dogs? Or cats? So details will follow, and we'll keep you posted, but I think it'll be one of those events that we could take some pride. So with that said, I'm hearing no one further business. We'll accept the motion to adjourn the meeting. No.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Our next scheduled meeting will be September 14th, 2023. That's it, Woodbury. Until then, be kind to yourself.